Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to FabScraps project number 21. Or should I say, meow, meow, meow. We're going to be using the Spilt Milk Collection and we're going to make a gorgeous kitty cat card. And I did practice saying that. And it's just such a beauty. It's actually a shaker card, but it's a shaker card with a difference. And I just think it would be great for any occasion. The Spilt Milk Collection is still available, so please check my blog for details of the fab box and everything that you get in the collection. You do get so much, and it's sent door to door, and the price includes shipping. So have a look for that. The Antique Elegance is just available as well at the moment. Both ideal for gifts, so bear that in mind. Because obviously time restraints, we're coming up to Christmas and you don't want to miss out. Everything that this card uses, I will list on my blog, but there's one thing that I've used as a crossover from my Anna Griffin stash, and that's a confetti die. Now I'm using that because the card is a shaker card and I wanted something a little bit bigger than confetti sequins or than glitter. So I've used the heart confetti die. You would be able to substitute this if you don't have a die similar. You would even be able to use circles or squares, whether it's a punch or a die, something just that bit bigger than the sequin to make sure that you can see the shake in the card. There it is. That'll send the camera back to you now. Such a beautiful card and such, I think, a good idea. And one of those that you could make and leave in the drawer for when somebody says, oh, it was so-and-so's birthday yesterday. Because we all have friends like that, believe me. Even I do. And then you think, oh no. So, and you would just be able to take it out the drawer, right, and say, oh, there's your card. And it would just be suitable for everybody and anybody, I think. Even gentlemen, because the colour tones are just so beautiful. Check the blog out because there's lots of photos on there of the project, both inside and out. I do love hearing from you when you show me your crafted creations, and it's nice to know that you enjoy the videos. And it's also nice to know that they inspire you, whether you actually create what I create or whether you go on to use the ideas into something else. So it is nice to know that you enjoy watching. So, and I want to say thank you, I do appreciate it. So if you see the video and you like it, please give me the thumbs up. If you don't like it, still give me the thumbs up. And, you know, there's so many other projects as well on the blog, which I'm sure you would like if you don't like one particular video, if that makes sense. So please, without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's have a look at today's gorgeous project. So for today's project, we're going to be using the Spilt Milk Collection from FabScraps for our card making project. And it's C119, I probably mentioned that in the intro. We're going to be using a 7x7 inch card. Now, there's no reason why this couldn't be made on other sizes as well. You would just adapt to the sizes of the items and the embellishments that you use. I've already used my handmade by stamp on the back and added my name and added the project number, so we're on Fab 21. Now I'm going to use my bone folder to make sure I've got a nice sharp score along the edge, because that makes it look professional when it's stood up, and it just, you know, it just makes it look better, just that little bit. So we're going to start with the inside of our card. Everything I use I shall put on my blog as always, and I think this is a spectacular card, or it will be when we create it. Now for the inside of the card, all I've done is I've cut out a piece of white cardstock, just plain white cardstock. I've used a random background stamp and I've stamped it in two colours, so it's like a minky brown and kind of like a pale turquoise. And then I've just put love this and used a sentiment stamp at the bottom. These could be anything from your stash. So I've got flat tape on the back, and I'm simply going to add this through the centre of our card, like So now you'll notice I'm using the card in a different way, and I've got the seam of the card to the top rather than the side, because I thought that'll work well with this. Next, for our inserts, I've just die cut a circle from the Spilt Milk Collection, and it's one of the, well, they're all double-sided. So I'm using the paler side, and I'm just going to add this just to the bottom, and then I'm going to take one of our stickers from the stickers that are included in the collection, and I'm going to take this little pussycat here. So the transparent backgrounds, and all you do is simply lift the sticker away from the background and separate the two. Now I haven't prepped it, so I've just got to be nice and careful, and should always wear your glasses, Anne-Marie. There we go. I'm going to use my pokey tool. Now this is a top tip for anybody who has trouble taking backs off stickers or taking stickers away from carrier sheets. So we just peel that away, and then I'm going to pop that little pussycat into the circle that we've die cut and press it down there. Now that's our insert complete, and it's a nice, quick, easy insert. There was no technique whatsoever for the stamping of the background around the edges, and a simple circle with a sticker in the middle, and that, believe me, will work perfectly with the front. Now for the front, I'm just going to use my bone folder again to make sure I've still got that nice sharp crease at the top. And I'm going to add a base layer from our Spilt Milk Collection that I've cut out. And if you remember from our preview from the collection, there was some cardstock that had cats along the edge. So I've cut this to keep the cats at the bottom of our cardstock. So I can peel the back of my tape away. I've just got flat tape on this. And I'm going to add this to cover the actual card. So I'm just going to turn the card so I can see, and add that to the front of our card and then press down. There we go. So that's the base of our card. Next, now this is a shaker card, but a shaker with a difference. So what I've done is I'm not going to take you through all the procedures of making the shaker, because we've made them many times, and this is, I think it's quite easy. Once you get the idea of making a shaker, it is, you know, quite an easy thing to do. I've cut a circle of cardstock from the Spilt Milk Collection. On the back I've added flat tape, and on the front I've added 3D foam. Now my foam is black and it's thin foam, so I've actually got 4 layers of thin foam to build that up. And I'm going to take the back of the tape away, and I'm going to add this to the card front. Normally I make the shaker separately and then we add it, but today I thought we'll just go for it. I'm going to add it roughly about there, I would say. Now for the centre of the shaker, before we add the shaker's bit, I've taken one of the chipboard elements from the Spilt Milk Collection, and I've embossed it, well, I've inked it with black, and then I've embossed it, heat embossed it with clear embossing powder. So we've made a shiny black cat. Now at this point I would actually normally stick this on with glue, but because we're going for it and there isn't time for it to dry, I've got flat tape on the back. I'm going to add our cat to the centre of our circle for our shaker. Now if I was using glue, I would press that down and squidge it and then leave it to dry. Well, I'm using tape for quickness and it will work, but I think glue would probably give you a better effect because it would stop our shakers from going under the cat while getting caught round the edge of the cat. So next I can remove the tape from the top of the foam on the shaker. Now we add the foam around the edge, and this is to stop any of the sections of the shaker section parts falling out. So if you're using very small gems or glitter, you want to make sure you're not going to lose any. In actual fact, we're using something a little bit different. We're using lots of die cut hearts, and I've stuck gems in the middle of the larger ones. I've got to be honest, I don't normally do a crossover of different items, but I've used the Anna Griffin confetti die to cut the hearts out because it just seemed to work so well with this. I've only stuck gems on the large hearts and it didn't take that long. I literally put a dab of glue and used a pick-up pen for the gems and then put the little stones in the middle. I've kept them all together because I want them all facing outwards. So I'm going to slide them in so the gems are out facing towards me. And then that way, when they shake, they'll be shaking the right way up. So put all the large ones in, so they're all facing outwards, if that makes sense, like that. And then I can just sprinkle the smaller ones in, and then just show you how that looks. So those are going to be my shaker items. Now for the top, I've cut a frame from one of the papers from the Spilt Milk, and then I've cut an aperture, and I've already added the acetate in the middle. I've got extra tape along the edge just to, you know, for peace of mind really. I know the foam tape is very sticky, however I just want that little bit more stick. So then I can add this over the top of our previous layer and of all that foam, like that. Press it down. Then I have a large circle that I've die cut and added 3D foam on the back. Now it's quite high with 3D foam because I want it higher than this circle. So I'm adding that to the side, and then I've got a smaller circle for the back that's a little bit lower that I'm going to slot just under the shaker circle, and then a smaller one again for the top of the larger one. And I'm going to go back to my stickers and I'm going to pick this pussycat here and peel it off. So it just simply peels away, and I'm going to add this pussycat on this circle like that, with its tail just poking over the edge. And then I'm going to go to the actual sentiment stickers, and I'm going to take the word meow and I'm going to peel that away from the carrier sheet, and I'm going to add it over our circle. Now I'm going to trim away the exclamation mark only because our circle is smaller than our word. And I'm happy for some of the word to peep over, but I don't want to lose the exclamation mark as well. So I'm just going to pop that through the centre of that circle and press it down like that. And that is our card finished. And I'm going to give it a shake. Oh, it works. And how cool does that look? All those little hearts with the gems in the middle, shaking around our centre black cat, and our gorgeous cats at the bottom, our little stickers. Works so well with the inside of the card. Stands up nicely. Now I know the foam is quite high on this, as you can see. You don't have to use it that high. You could use your circles at different depths surrounding the shaker section and go lower rather than higher. But I wanted to show you just the difference that it makes and how it looks as you look at it, and you can see how it stands proud. The different heights just work so well. And that shaker with the black cat in, that could be a card wishing somebody luck, it could be a happy birthday card, it could be a thank you card. I know it could be a sympathy card, but I think it's more of a happy card. And I just, I love that shaker with those effects with the gems. And it just looks great. Please check the blog because I will take so many more photos and close-ups for you so you can see the actual shaker and the cats and the stickers and everything. And I'm so pleased this one's worked, because in my head I thought, yes, it'll look nice, but it looks just beautiful, it really does. And I think it's one of those that pictures won't do it justice. And I'd be curious to see what you think. So I would just like to say thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time.